FANTASM Podcast, a horror death metal podcast for the old school. Join your hosts Gorechrist and Dr. Vincent West as they stuff horror movie reviews and death metal interviews all in one body bag. Listen on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube, and like on Facebook. And head over to outlandermedia.net for more.
Hi, this is Scotty and Lewis from Carnifex, and you're listening to FANTASM Podcast.
FANTASM.
Gorechrist FANTASM Podcast. We are speaking today with Scotty and Lewis of Carnifex here to talk about World War X. It comes out August 2nd on Nuclear Blast Records. Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem. If you don't mind, we'll do a track by track of this thing. I'd love to talk to you about it.
Well, first off, can I ask, have you heard it? Do you have it?
Yes, I've heard it.
Okay, awesome. So you're some of the first group of people I've spoken to that have heard the album, so this is exciting for me too.
Hell yeah. I haven't played through it enough like I wanted to, but I've definitely checked it out, and yeah, we'll burn right through this thing. So let's do it. First track, World War X. Perfect way to start off the album. I love the symphonic elements to this record. It's fucking awesome. It's a good new sound for you guys, I think. So talk a little bit about the first track.
Yeah, we actually are going to be having a music video for this song coming out July 5th. It's the second single. So this was a song that we wrote pretty early on in the writing of this album. I think it was actually maybe the second or the third song. And I think we knew early on that this was really like kind of the type of song that we really wanted to write, something that was a little bit longer than our typical song, but didn't lose you anywhere along the way. Still kind of kept that great urgency and pace the whole time.
Right.
So it was just, to us, I thought it was a pretty great baseline for the album in our early writing stages, and then it really, I think now is a good starting off point for the album too, so we put it right at the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely sets the pace for the intensity of the rest of the record, because it gets pretty heavy throughout.
Yeah, and I think the way it ends is, I really like the way it ends. It was a couple of people have actually said it's their favorite song on the album that I had spoke to earlier, which was exciting because that was one of the ones that us as a band were really excited about too.
Hell yeah, that's always good to see how that resonates with everyone else, Number 2, Visions of the End. Great vocal, pattern to start this one off. Just really, really fucking heavy track. Visions of the End. We'll get into this one.
Yeah, this me and Jordan wrote this one, and it was pretty. This one was one of those ones where it comes together real quick, and you think, man, wait, did this come together quick because we're like lazy, or is it just one of those that just sort of works,
Right.
And I think it was one of those ones that just worked. We put it together, and then I think we tried to rearrange it a few times to sort of seeing if there was something better out there, but really it kind of just came together pretty naturally. I think that's why, in the context of the album, it is one of the shorter ones, and one of the kind of less, I guess, epic ones. It doesn't quite get as big as some of the other songs. But it was also one of those ones that just came together like real fast and fun, and just sort of sort of knew it was a good one from the get-go. So yeah, this one was all about just having fun, and we'll be playing this on SummerSlam. We'll be playing this one on there.
Oh yeah, this would be a good one, especially for that kind of audience, and just I don't know, it's one of those tracks where you really want to hear live for sure. I know when I heard this track, I was like, man, they better play this live because I want to hear this shit.
yeah, no, we are. I think it's one of my favorites too. I mean, it's a fun one. It's a little bit different for the band,
right?
But yeah, I don't know. I was just into it from the beginning, and I wanted to try to, when I was doing the patterns for it, I was like, yeah, I tried to write something that's like, a little bit different too, to just really like make it a unique song for us.
Sure, awesome. This Infernal Darkness.
Yeah, so Sean wrote that one, and honestly, it's kind of one of my favorite ones. It grew on me at first. I was, when we were putting it together, I was, it's really kind of, are we going the right direction with this? And then by the time we got everything on there with the, with the extra pianos and with those solos that Jordan did some crazy solos on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really loved the way it came together in the end. But it's definitely one of those songs that's got a lot of layers on it. So, the writing process was a little tedious on this one. It wasn't like Visions to the End.
Right.
This one was like definitely like crafted. We definitely, really had to, let's rework this part, let's rework that. And I remember there was a while there when that piano piece was a lot different before it ended up where it was at.
Oh,
and
wow.
then, getting Jordan's solos on there really added something that we hadn't, really, I guess, planned for in a way, but it just elevated it even more, kind of took it to that next level. And in the end, it's one of the songs that I actually find myself wanting to play live.
Yeah.
More than some of the other ones, yeah.
Something you might work in eventually.
Yeah, and I think it was weird. It's kind of different for us, but kind of not. I liked how it sort of explored kind of some more black metal territory, but wasn't like, it didn't go off into the weeds. You know what I mean? It wasn't like trying to write someone else's song.
Yeah, sure. Just kind of introducing some new, themes to it, but more or less not really overdoing it, if you will.
Yeah, that's well said. Yeah.
Awesome. Eyes of the Executioner. Good title of the song too.
Yeah, I had I actually had this title I think before I had the lyrics done, because I just sort of made it like, it's a good one. This was a song we tried to have a guest on this one, and it didn't happen. But so we had initially written it with someone in mind, and then it didn't happen. So this song, to me, I kind of always imagined it another way, and the truth of it is. But I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it is a different song again in a way, but it's really just like a fastball pitch. It's just kind of right straight down the center.
Yeah.
Like, let's just kind of see, let's just do something that's just like really like kind of to the roots of death metal. But it still has a little Carnifex fingerprint on it.
Sure.
So I had a lot of fun with this one.
Now, vocally, did you channel whoever you had in mind to guest in it?
I did, and maybe I did. An astute ear will probably hear that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different voice. The guest we were hoping to have was George from Cannibal. So.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been a really fun song with him, but our schedules just couldn't meet up.
Busy guy.
Next album. But yeah, so for us, that was really just, we were like, hey, let's just write. That's kind of just like a death metal ripper, So
yeah.
it is a fun one, and I think everyone will have fun with that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. And also, who's to say if you play with Cannibal live, you don't get them to guest live on this track if you guys play it,
Yeah. I just didn't, envision his voice just coming in and have that intro,
Yeah. That'd be fucking awesome. And then number 5, this one, you guys have the music video for it. It's No Light Shall Save Us. Got Alyssa from Arch Enemy. I want to say when I first heard this track, because this one introduced the new record and everything, I was honestly blown away. It was just really cool. You guys were... It's not really a new direction, but you guys were trying something different, and I really respect it. And I think looking at the comments from people on YouTube and social media and stuff, it is very well received. And I think people, a lot of people are like, I've been waiting for something like this, and people are, it's it's been received really, really well, I can say, from what I've seen. So, yeah, talk a little bit about this track.
Yeah, for us, we thought it would be real fun with this album is to just work with more musicians in the community, in the genre. So, I mentioned we tried to get someone on Eyes, and so, yeah, with Elisa and with Angel, with both of them, it was really just let's find people who are doing something that we think is really unique and really exciting.
Right.
That's similar to what we're doing, but it is not the same, because the whole thing is to bring two things together to make a unique thing, and that was our goal, and that's what happened. And it was kind of like what you said, where it wasn't like we were reinventing the wheel, so to speak, but
right.
It was really unique in a way to bring these two things together to do something that was at the very least new for Carnifex. And yeah, we got a different sound out of Carnifex, and I think it was really great to have something like a melodic voice on the album.
Oh, right? Yeah,
but not mine. I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool we could accomplish some things that we had always thought would be really neat for the band, but I know I'm never gonna sing in the band. That's not what I want to do. It's not what the band calls for. It's not what anybody wants. But at the same time, you're like, man, it would be really great to have like some really great like vocal melodies on here to really carry it.
Yeah.
I know. So I think when you do something like a collaboration, you can explore some of those areas that maybe putting clean melodic vocals all over an album is a bad idea. But on a song with the right guest, you get something real special. And so that was our hope going in. It's been real positive, and the response has been really supportive. And I think that's just, we had just good intent going in. We weren't trying to like kind of cook up anything, we just really wanted to just write a great song with someone that we thought had a really great voice and a real great contribution to metal. And so we just got a great song out of it. It was just a lot of hard work on both ends. We both had crazy schedules, and doing the actual tracking of the album and then doing the video on top of it, it was a lot of hard work on both sides, and everybody really had to put in 100%. So she definitely did a lot of heavy lifting and contributed a lot to the song and to the whole process.
Yeah, it's an amazing song. I think it is something. I don't know. It was just good to hear something like that, and you could tell that the direction you guys are trying to go as far as having a collaboration and just making something new, but not, like you said, reinventing the wheel or anything, but definitely it's something different for people to hear, and you can tell the work you guys put into it. It's really, really solid.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, now, that's the thing, is that we're not, at this point, there's no, we know who we are, like, we know our sound,
right.
But we're always trying to, refine and elevate that sound as much as possible.
Sure.
So that's really what we're going for with the guests, is just see, like, what can we get? What's the most musically? What's the most we can get out of ourselves? And sometimes that comes through collaboration. And I think Angel and Lisa really nailed it. And even Jason, he's our producer. He's our friend. He's kind of a unsung guest, so to speak. Because he's right there along the way, really contributing quite a bit to the album too.
And he's got some pretty fun bands too for fans of Jason. Some of his older stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely wild, but he's also kind of a metal savant. So he really has, when he digs into a project, you really get some amazing guitar stuff and just amazing songwriting ideas out of him.
Definitely. And then one last thing about the music video. You guys filmed that where they filmed Return of the Jedi, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we shot that. It's like 4 hours southeast of LA, so it's really just out there in the desert.
Yeah.
It was a pretty epic shoot, no doubt. It was a lot of work by everybody, but I think the video speaks for itself as far as the effort everyone put in.
Yeah, it's pretty epic for sure. And I was like, man, that's Return of the Jedi. That's fucking cool as shit. That's like my favorite Star Wars movie for sure. Number 6, All Roads Lead to Hell. This has Angel Vivaldi. Amazing musician. Holy shit.
Yeah, he really contributed, a solo to the album that you wouldn't hear on an album unless he was on it. That's
yeah.
The whole point. It's like I think that song is a real fun song, and that song was also the only one that when we got to the studio, it wasn't finished yet, and so finished yet. It really wasn't even written yet. I think we had one riff that we really just built a song off of.
Wow.
So Jordan and I would really just kind of like spend a day or two just trying to like, let's write this thing. And then when we finished it, we showed it to Jason. He goes, it's pretty good. Yeah, let's start tracking this thing. So we're in there tracking it, and then Angel FaceTimes Jason. Just kind of randomly out of the blue while we're in there just tracking. And what are you guys working on? We showed him, and then we're like, hey, do a solo on this thing. So that one was kind of, it was almost the opposite, of the other guest feature, but the same intent. We're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's work together and do something fun. But it just came together kind of really fun and in the studio.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty ripping track. I really like that one.
Yeah, his solo is pretty. It's just kind of guitar insanity.
Yeah, which is always good, especially in metal, to have those once in a while.
Yeah.
Number 7, Brushed by the Wings of Demons. Another solid title too.
Yeah, this was a fun one. This one was really, I think, when I realized that we're gonna have like kind of a lot of bigger songs on this album. Maybe some albums you only have 1 or 2 songs like that. Maybe only the No Lights song is the big one, right? And the rest are all pretty straightforward. But they were just sort of happening. The writing process for this album was we were very we took it very seriously. Like, we very much treated it like a day job. We were very much like, okay, get up in the morning and we're gonna work till 5 at night, and then we really treated it like, let's go and at the desk every day and do a little bit of work. So I think when all the songs sort of started getting bigger, it was fun for me as a lyricist to I got more to do, kind of some more things to write over.
Right.
Not so much just a blast beat or a breakdown, kind of some different ones. And so this to me, this was just a great example of Jordan just having some great songwriting and great solos too. Just this is another one of his, and man, I just love what he did with it.
Yeah, me too. It's good shit. Number 8, Hail Hellfire.
Yeah, this one was Corey and Sean, and those guys are like riff machines, So to me, this is just like to me, it kind of was like reminiscent of what our intent when we sat down to do this record was, let's take some of that like raw energy and attack that's on Hell Chose Me, but put it in with where our songwriting ability is at now. Kind of it, like, if we could go back, like, kind of perfect world, like, look at some of those songs and say, okay, if we were going to write a song like that again, like, how would we write that as the band we are now? And that's what Hail Hellfire is to me. It's taking that very straightforward, visceral approach, but us doing it with some of the extra, tricks that we know now as being better songwriters.
Oh yeah. And I always like, when I look through a track listing and stuff before an album comes out or I hear an album, I'm always like, if it's the most interesting song title that really gets me, I'm going to love that song more than anything. And so
is that your favorite title then?
Love it, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too. I was like, man, that sounds pretty
like, you look at it, you look at it, you're like, I'm proud of that one. That one's pretty badass.
Because the whole album is the war theme, so it's really consuming a lot of Kubrick and Vietnam, Ken Burns' Vietnam documentary and everything. And, and so I was just like, all right, these titles better stand up,
Right. Yeah, I love it. And the final track, By Shadows Thine Held.
Yeah, this one to me, I'm kind of especially proud of. This was me and Jordan worked on this one, this was one of the ones that was kind of hard fought for, kind of like Infernal Darkness, but you know, same sort of thing. But it really came together in the end, and then I'm really proud of just how, like, we were, you know, when you're working with a guitarist like Jordan, where he's insanely talented and his solos are just a really almost virtuoso level. As a vocalist, you're always really on the hunt for the melody, and you're really on the hunt for the hook. And then as a guitarist, you know, you want to show the chops, and you want to show the technicality and
definitely
the theory, right? So to me, this song was this great shared road of Jordan really leaning into his ability as a highly technical musician, but then my real interest in melody kind of marrying, and I think you get some of the best guitar work on the album in this song, but you also get a really melodic and memorable song at the same time. So I was really proud of that combination.
Yeah, it's a great track. It's a great way to close it out for sure. But yeah, this World War X, I fucking love it. I think it's just not only a great album, but it definitely shows how, you know, like you said, you guys know your sound, you know who you guys are, but this one really, like, punches people in the face, you know, in a good way. Like, it definitely also adds a little bit more elements to what you guys already are comfortable and known for doing.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of that too is, you know, credit to NB for really giving you know, they don't have any creative leash on us, so they didn't give us any time limits or deadline to turn the record in or anything like that. So we were able to spend a long time in the studio, much longer than we had on any previous album.
Oh wow!
And so we were really able to kind of go for it, you know, and a lot of that was enabled by them really believing in the vision of the band. So it was cool to be able to work with Jason as long as we did. And you know, what's cool about that album is it's actually in drop F, which is, you know, it's really low. It's like lower than, you know, like Acacia Strain or band, you know, bands like that. But but it doesn't sound like that type of record, and that's not easily done. A lot of that's, you know, credit to Jason for where he's at to be able to work with an instrument where it's in drop F, but then, you know, you got Jordan is all over that fretboard. It's really hard to capture that with the clarity and that kind of sonic intensity that the album has. So it was just like a great effort by everyone involved, and you know, we're real happy with how it came out.
Yeah, I think people haven't heard it yet. You're gonna really enjoy this one. It's a ripper for sure. It's what you can expect from Carnifex, but also it's got a lot of new added elements to it that really makes this like a standout album, I think, for you guys. And I think it might be maybe the best one. That's up to everyone to decide.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that for sure. But it makes sense, though. You know, it's like, you know, no one in the band is we're not professionally taught musicians. Nobody has a degree from any music school or anything like that. So it's just we just get better the longer we do it, like, you know, like anybody would. So I think for album 7, we've just finally gotten to the point to where we're completely comfortable within ourselves and our own creative vision to really, like, strive for it. But also musically, we can articulate it, you know, kind of finely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the you know the kind of the ability caught up to the hope, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And you could tell by listening to the whole thing, you know, just the ambition of it and the vision for it is definitely reflected, and it's like conquered, you know, in the sound. Like, you can tell that you guys achieved what you wanted to.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that was, you know, when you spend 3 years on a record and it is like kind of a bigger record like this, like there's points where you can kind of get off in the weeds, you know. There was a minute there, you know, where we had, like, you know, This Infernal Darkness and Brushed by the Wings and By Shadows, like, all kind of half done, you know, and kind of a mess. So it's like, wow, we have like 15 minutes worth of music here, like 3
Yeah.
5-minute songs that are all just kind of junk right now. Like, is this the move?
Yeah.
Doing the right thing? So, to finally get on the backside of it here and be like, for the first time, getting feedback from people after songs we've been working on for a while, it is reassuring to be like, okay, sweet, the vision that we had is actually being received. It's being picked. People are it's landing. That's very meaningful to us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we love the record, and we hope it does well and everything. And I don't think I have any doubt about it that it won't. So, you guys definitely deserve it for sure. So,
right on. Appreciate that very much.
now you do have some tour dates coming up. You guys will be doing the Summer Slaughter this year.
Yeah, we start July 18th. Summer Slaughter with Cattle Decapitation and the Faceless.
Awesome. And people don't want to miss that one. The Summer Slaughter is always a fun time. So.
Yeah, this one I think is a great lineup. It really is kind of I don't know. It's just a very focused lineup. I think if you're the extreme, it's the extreme metal tour, like for sure this year.
Yeah,
no question.
Yeah, I agree. And then during that, you'll be at Heavy Montreal during that tour.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Heavy MTL. I guess it's late July.
Yeah. And is that the whole
time.
Summer Slaughter tour with it, or is it just you guys with some other?
I think it's just us and Cattle.
Awesome.
But I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I saw the lineup for the stage that we're on, and it was just us and Cattle from that bill. But
Nice.
there may be there's multiple stages, so I'm not certain.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Well, fans of Canada, be on the lookout for that for sure. Anything else you'd like to plug before I let you go?
No, just grab the album. August 2nd, stream it. And then we have the second music video coming out for the title track July 5th, so next Friday.
Awesome, man. Well, best of luck to you, and we hope to see you on the road soon, and we look forward to seeing how this album kicks off for you guys, and be safe out there, and thank you so much for the interview. This is awesome, man.
Right on. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Despair.